Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about Mad Max Fury Road. So, I did see this one when it came out in theaters last year, I guess, and I absolutely loved it. So I thought, well, let's watch it again and love it again. I didn't think my opinion would change, and of course it didn't. Just that it might be a nice movie to talk about after Space Cowboys, which was generally a disappointment. So I don't know anything about the Mad Max franchise. This is the only one of the movies that I've seen. And it's probably going to stay that way, because I don't really care about the rest of it. I mean, if you give me a really good reason, maybe, but I haven't seen one yet. But this movie is fucking fantastic on every level. Like, there is nothing about this movie that I don't like. The music is great, the visual effects are great, the special effects are great, the entire thing is gorgeous. All of the acting is great. Like, there's so much in this that's just there because of rule of cool, like, oh, these guys are on motorcycles and they're, like, attacking the oil rig and they're, like, just, the motorcycles are, they're leaping off, like, rocks and, you know, like stunt drivers, and there's no reason for them to be doing that except that it looks cool. There's no reason for there to be some guy with a guitar strapped to the front of one of those cars playing constantly in red long johns, except that it looks cool. Like, that's the whole thing. There's stuff because it looks cool or it looks gross, and I love that. Because, like, I will let a movie get away with a lot of nonsense if it's good, and this movie is great. The reason I saw it originally, I think I just saw, I just heard it was good. I think I saw some gift sets of it or something where it just looked beautiful. And, gosh, it was just such a good movie. Charlize Theron is great in it. Tom Hardy is great in it. I've really not seen much stuff with Charlize Theron, but I'm probably not even pronouncing her name wrong, right? But I have seen a few things with Tom Hardy. I always like him in everything. It's just something about him playing Max here is great, because he's this character who is so hard, I guess, and he's just, like, dirty and he looks nasty, but at the same time Tom Hardy has such, like, a soft face. There's just this contrast there where it's just like, look, it's Tom Hardy. He couldn't hurt a fly. But, God, this is such a good movie. I don't even know. And I saw a post the other day online where somebody was griping that they thought Fury Road is pointless because they spend, like, half the movie trying to get to the green place only to discover it doesn't exist, and then they go back to where they started, and it's like, do you not understand how stories work? Like, okay. I mean, I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, so many stories are about people go to a place, you know, and either accomplish or don't accomplish whatever they meant to at that place, and then they go back where they came from, and they're now a different person, and that's the entire fucking point. This movie is so good, oh my god. And just the revelation that, like, the green place doesn't even exist, and that they actually... I love that. I love that it's like, it's not just, we have this hope of this wonderful memory and this dream of this place that exists that we're going to go to and everything's cool there, but then it's not real. And then they have to contend with the reality that, like, no, everything, actually, the earth is ruined and gross and terrible, and we have to deal with what is. You know, and running away, you know, there is no better place to run away to. Like, we have to fix what we have. And, you know, and then they're like, well, we have to go back because there was a ton of water there, and there was green and plants, and, you know, the only issue was that Immortan Joe and his, like, henchmen were keeping it all for themselves. And it's just, for all that this is a movie about people, like, the most ridiculous, over-the-top nonsense, and people driving giant trucks across the desert, and, you know, all these headshots, and there's, like, a lot of blood and stuff, and half the movie is fight scenes. It has such a wonderfully hopeful ending oh God, I just love it. Just, they're gonna go back, and now this water, people actually get to drink the water, and it's not just this awful hoarded thing, and oh my God. It's just such a good movie. I'm gonna sit here and be like, it's so good. I love it. I love it so much. I love the whole relationship that develops between Max and Furiosa. Just all of their interactions from beginning to end. Are just fantastic, and I think that I'm sad that he doesn't stay around. That he's going to go off somewhere, and maybe that's part of the Mad Max character, I don't actually know, but still. Okay, so I think my favorite moment between the two of them is when he gives her his blood towards the end, when she's dying, because it's so significant that he was spent, however long as a captive of having his blood just like taken and given to the war boys, but now he's choosing to give it to somebody. I don't know, I think it's very significant, and it's really cool. The bit where Nux sacrifices himself brings tears to my eyes. God. This whole movie is just fantastic. I love that there's this biker gang of old ladies. It's almost like somebody read just a list of ridiculous things I want to see in movies and then stuck a whole bunch of them in here. And biker gang of old ladies was like definitely one of those things. And I love that one lady had all the seeds in that bag with her, and that was just really cool. And it's just, oh my God, it's such a visually striking movie. Like, when my sister and I went and saw it in theaters, right? And it gets to the part where, well, with the sandstorm. So, there's this big zoom out, like a big pull out from the truck. And then you see that the sandstorm is there, that they're about to drive into. And it's like this massive cloud, like this tsunami of sand. And it's we were like, holy shit, and it's a beautiful movie. God, I cannot say enough good things about how this movie looks, like, really. And, I would have to say that my favorite of movies visually are always the ones that are very bright in color. And this one is interesting because everything is either kind of yellow or blue. And there aren't really that many other colors, which makes sense in the context. But yeah, I like movies that are bright colors. I don't like any kind of desaturated crap, because it's like, I get that what I'm watching has been filtered and whatnot, and the colors have been made brighter than they would be in real life. But I would rather see that, much rather see that, because it makes a movie look like almost a magical universe, like, rather than something desaturated or with like filter to make it grayish or anything. Like, there are a lot of movies like that, and it's just, oh God, kill me. And, it's not fun to look at. And this was very fun to look at. So, everything, just, yeah, so I cannot say enough good things about this movie. It's fucking fantastic. It's such a good action movie. It's probably one of the best action movies I have ever seen. And I guess maybe I should touch on the sci-fi element, which, I guess the sci-fi element is it's a dystopian thing. A dystopia, the genre of dystopia is a subgenre of science fiction. So, yeah, so basically the world was destroyed by, like, I don't know, global warming and all this burning of fossil fuels and stuff. Clearly, like, that's kind of what it is. And what everybody cares about is oil to run their crazy trucks and water. And the question of who ruined the world. That's not what she says. Something like that, though. Who ruined the world? Who do we blame then, if not you? There's a lot of really great, just, like, We Are Not Things is another wonderful quote. Because it's not a movie that's huge on dialogue, but it does have some serious, like, phrases that stick with you. It's just fantastic. Like, it's just, as a movie, it just blows me away, because it's like everything that I would have wanted out of an action movie like this. So often when you watch action movies, or really any kind of movie, you kind of have to contend with, but especially in certain genres like action, you have to contend with a certain degree of like, well, okay, there's going to be some sexist nonsense is going to happen in this movie at some point. There's going to be something about this that rubs me the wrong way, and it's going to be kind of this, like, low-level annoyance throughout the entire film, and I just kind of gotta accept that that's going to be the way it is. But, so that when you find a movie that doesn't have that, it's like a revelation. It's delightful. It's like, oh my god, I don't have to constantly be dealing with this annoyance. It's like I can just enjoy the fucking film. So, yeah. And I seem to recall people complaining about this movie when it came out. This is one of those things where I'm like, I can't even remember what they hated about it. Like, what is there to hate about this? It's amazing. Are you kidding me? Oh, boy. So, yeah. Fucking great movie.